and welcome to Bitcoin 10x.
In this video,
today we are going to try and find a lesser known token or two that's worth talking about right now. So we ignore the pumps. So if we go to Ethereum, open up the chart. Ethereum's having a little bit of a downturn today, but it has pumped since the 29th of August. Today is the 30th, so 24 hours later it's had an almighty pump, just having a bit of a retrace here, but we are going to see if we can find a lesser known token that's worth talking about right now. I do often get asked how I do my research, and it's not actually as complicated as you think. Now, generally when you get to places like CoinGecko, if you've got a ranked one token, then it's been audited, you've got a community behind it, you've got people invested, you don't get 400 billion from nowhere. So essentially, the more money that's in the token, the safer it is. Not always the case. Things can go wrong. I mean, if Charles decided to leave Cardano, for instance, the token would probably collapse overnight. But not saying that's going to happen. But generally, a ranked token is probably the first thing you look at. So essentially, if you scroll down slightly, a lot of the top 100 to top 50 of the tokens kind of sneaked in the last 6 months, and unexpectedly as well.
Let's have a look.
Phantom has been a well-known token this year. Evmos has appeared in quite a few of my videos, so unfortunately I'm not talking about Evmos today, but one thing it is worth mentioning, there was a Nomad's hack about 3 weeks ago actually, and the real value of Evmos is actually around $12.47, but what they've done is they've taken out some of the liquidity that Nomad was reporting. So if we just click on Evmos right now, you'll see a message at the top. The Nomad bridge contract have been exploited, causing price deviation among stablecoins on Evmos. Price references from Evmos on-chain dexes such as Diffusion, Evmos Swap and Kronos Finance have been excluded from the index price. However, if we go to Dex Tools and click on the pairing for Evmos USDC, give it a refresh, and you can see that the price is $12.64. Now if I try and look at Evmos, it will generally only give me a pairing for USDC. You don't see kind of DAI stablecoin or anything like that. Now, unfortunately, USDC was one of the ones that was attacked as a token, and some of the bridges on Sealer Network and Nomad were affected. So unfortunately, it's not being recorded essentially where most people look. If I wanted to find a token and I go to CoinGecko and I see $2.46, generally I would know that is the price. So there is a lot of liquidity missing, but when Nomad get over the hack, that price should jump back to $12.64 or whatever it says on Dex Tools right now. So that's just a little bit of an insight, and the only reason I know that is because I generally follow that token, and I've been following it for about 4 or 5 months. A lot of the time when you go to follow a token and you're invested in that token, you do read things, you do keep up with it. So it's a token out there that I do trade, but because of the noise in the background, they're kind of sitting on the fence. So if we go to top 100 token, and I'm just going to scroll upwards, let's see if I can find it. So Tether Gold, Curve, Kava, Kasuma, Waves. So Waves is one I've heard of. I'm actually just going to go in and have a quick look. And a couple of things I'll be looking for on Wave is a website. If you head over to the right hand side, it will give you the top websites that do have Waves on there. So that's one of the things I'm looking for. The other one I'm looking for is any price volatility. Is it too volatile and what's causing it? So you can see that we're about $6 and we've wavered down to about $4.50, so there's not too much volatility. If we click on 30 days, again, not too much volatility. The price is decreasing, but that is because of the bear market. So for me, it looks like a relatively stable one to trade. Now, if I go down, I want to know what Wave is about. So Waves will have a description at the bottom of the website, and also it will tell you where it's being traded, and also if there's any other paired tokens with it. A lot of these gaming tokens will have a gaming token, but it will have an offset token, and that will be their currency within the game. So that's one thing to look out for. So Popular trading pairs are Waves over USD, over the Canadian dollar, Australian dollar. So actually the native currencies of the country. So that's interesting. So what is Waves? Waves is an open blockchain protocol and development toolset for Web 3.0 applications and decentralized solutions, aiming to raise security, reliability, and speed of IT systems. It enables anyone to build their apps, fostering mass adoption of the blockchain. So a little bit, I would say, more central than decentralized, because it does have to operate with centralized companies by the looks of it, but on a Web3 application. So now I'm interested. I want to see what their website's all about. So let's go to Wave Tech. So far, a nice, clean website about Waves. So it's a fast, low-cost, eco-friendly Waves. Launched in 2016, Waves is a global open-source platform for decentralized applications based upon proof-of-stake consensus. Waves aspires to make the most of blockchain with a minimal carbon footprint. So proof-of-stake is less carbon waste. Basically, when you're operating a token, if you see proof of work, then it has to work a lot harder on the blockchain and therefore uses a lot of energy. So that's kind of a snapshot for you. So proof of stake, it means it takes less energy to actually run the token and therefore more carbon efficient. Waves technology stack can benefit in any use cases that demand security and decentralization, open finance, personal identification, gaming, sensitive data, and many others. So it can tap into, again, central companies and decentral companies. So the ecosystem, by the looks of it, is actually a DAO. So let's have a look. Wavesassociation.org. Who are we? The Waves Association is a non-profit organisation headquartered in Berlin, Germany, dedicated to support Waves technology through the fostering research and education and providing grants for projects to build on Waves protocol. We do not control, operate, or lead Waves. So a DAO is basically governed by the community who trade the token itself. Very interesting, very good. So it's got a couple of things going for it there. So not only is it a DAO on the ecosystem, it's open source, which means anyone can use it. So there's the GitHub. Let's have a quick look. So you can tap into the code, you can have a look. Incubator coming soon, and it does offer grants to future projects. Let's have a look at Get Waves. It's $4.57 at the moment, up 0.15% in the last 24 hours. Waves is the native token of the Waves blockchain and is issued to secure the network through staking, pay for fees. An easy one to always do is to go to their Twitter accounts and add them, follow them, which is what I'll do right here. To get 243,000 followers is incredible. I've seen people that have been trading or tokens that have been out there for 12 months and they barely even have 50,000 followers. So this is 5 times more than that, almost. So that's a very good following. I'm going to stick a notification bell on there and then the other one to see is actually how often do they post. If the last post was 3 months ago, I probably wouldn't do anything with this token. So the last one was 1 hour ago. That's really good sign. So I'm looking for substance. I'm looking for, is it worth putting my money in a token such as this? I do giveaways. It appears as though there's a huge conference that's been held in Madrid for 7,000 people. Constant offering of proposals. That means if they offer a solution for the token and the community are interested in that, that's where the DAO comes in. It's the central application that they basically say the community have a say in what direction the token goes in. So the proposal is put forward and then the community will go and vote for that proposal. So you have full control of your own investment. So now I've kind of got a grasp of the Wave token, the next thing I would be looking for as an investor is I want to see this again. So I want to log into my Twitter tomorrow morning. I want to go to my notifications. Now here's one for you, Velodrome. Velodrome is one that I'm also trading right now. And when I enter Twitter, I want to see that Velodrome is still trending, they're still posting, and they're still keeping me interested. So again, Velodrome is what I'm trading. So tomorrow when I go into Twitter, I then want to see Waves. And if I see Waves, I'll go back to the chart. I'll have a look at what percentage it's done over the last few weeks. There is a potential that if they're bringing out news or a DAO or a partnership, that they could quite easily do a 30% pump. And I say that because A lot of the tokens these days, when you do a partnership or you get listed, the general pump is about 30 to 40%. We're at $4.57 right now. The previous high, so you would get your lower highs. The previous high was around $5. The previous high was around $5, and the previous one before that it was around $6. So you are looking at kind of a 30 to 60% gain if it was to do any partnerships. I'm not saying they are, but this is where the research comes in. So I found a token, I found a trigger, I've researched the team. Essentially, it's driven by the community. Trading volume is 74 million in the last 24 hours. Market cap, as we know, is a top 100. The total market cap is 457 million. They have a Reddit, Twitter, Telegram, and Bitcoin Talk community. Feel secure about that particular token. So there's no price prediction here. It is just a case of, how do I go about doing my research? Now, flip that back to CoinGecko again. I now want to go to an unranked token. So I'm going to do something a little bit silly and go 24-hour trading volume. So there's nothing crazy going on. Sometimes if you put what they're doing in the last hour and it says 24,000%, generally it's a new token that you want to try and stay away from. So let's do that with a 7-day. That's 30% Evmos, new coins. 24-hour trading volume on new coins. Now, none of these are ranked tokens. They've all gone through the application and audit process of CoinGecko to even get listed. So on the Binance Smart Chain, I don't tend to trade Binance Smart Chain because of the stipulation of the rules in the UK. I'm not going into that in today's video, unfortunately. Let's try and find, right, it's not for art. This is on the Ethereum network, not ranked, and they've done 6% in the last 24 hours. It's not for art, has migrated their token contract address from V1 to V2. Sometimes that's not always a bad thing. The 30-day trading, we've gone from 13 cents down to 9 cents, which is not that bad for a new token. So you can only trade it on Uniswap at the moment. It's a web-based 3D gallery for NFTs. Probably not something I'm into, but let's have a quick look at the website. So at the moment with this one, there's no red flags on the website. Sometimes you get that it's not secure. Oh, it's following my mouse. So it's create, collab. I can't click any of this. It is just... So that would be the first red flag, is that the website's not working. I've clicked on the NA coin. Let's click on profile. So it's asking me to connect to my MetaMask, which I'm not going to do on this video. So they have a Twitter account. Let's check that. But nothing else seems to be functional on the website. So a slight red flag. 3,000 followers, which you probably want to be looking at anything over 10 or 15,000 followers is better than 3,000. So the last time they posted was the 27th of August, and only really to say that they were listed on CoinMarketCap. So to suggest it's a new token. They've been on Twitter since January, which is kind of a good sign. You want to be looking at something that's about 12 months, a bit more steady. So kind of instantly, I'm kind of already umming and ahhing over this particular token. The volume's not crazy, but it's also not bad. It's not done a 90% drop after the launch. I'd want to see a little bit more substance on the website, a little bit more functionality. So at the moment, kind of, it's a bit of a red cross for this one on me. And essentially, that's how you go about doing your research. You pick your tokens that you kind of want to see. They're on the right network. They have a fairly decent team. Probably for me, I would trade mostly the top 100 tokens. If you've heard of them constantly on Twitter, YouTube, and you like the sound of it, the best thing to do is just click, go and have a read, and feel comfortable with that token. It's like putting a new pair of shoes on. You want to feel comfortable. You want to make sure you don't get hurt, you don't get stung. The graph is an incredible price. XRP, there's lots of news coming up over the lawsuit. I'm always going to go back to XRP. Anything below 36 cents is phenomenal. So XRP is 32 cents at the moment, 2 cents up this week. And it does have the potential to reach over $12 to $15 per token, maybe within the next 18 months. So definitely something you want to be looking at. So if you want to see more videos like this where I do research and I pick out and show you how to pick tokens, fantastic. I've now started doing hot picks, so check in weekly with me for the hot pick videos. If you want to see the metaverse, then I have started a new channel called My Metaverse and Me, link in the description, and you can see how I go from nothing to building a game gradually. Quite a few of these videos appeared on the Bitcoin 10x channel to start off with, so about the first 7 videos here are Bitcoin 10x, and the rest of them is just me populating myself on the internet and learning how to build a game from scratch. So follow me over there, keep watching these videos, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.